Here's the long letter I sent to Vitacost. This was now a few weeks ago, you know. It starts off, please do not email me. And what do you think they did? Emailed me. Do you think they sent out the teas? Of course they didn't. Of course they didn't. They want to alienate a good customer over 2 fucking boxes of tea. It's unreal to me, right? Please do not email me with any questions. Equals. I am understandably beyond fed up with all of this. So if you have questions, ask your manager, Austin, who knows everything. After I received my replacement order and sent Austin out an angry email with new pictures attached, I admittedly never bothered to see if he had replied back to me. That being said, it is still absolutely beyond me why you, Austin, would have ever wanted to alienate me and piss me off over 2 measly boxes of tea. But considering I emailed Austin twice and never received my 2 teas, after patiently waiting a long time for them to arrive, alienating me and making me angry is apparently what you guys want to do. Absolutely none of this annoying crap that happened with my last order was my fault. And you, or Austin, can't even try to say to me that you already gave me enough replacement products. Besides the fact that my online friend 100% believed you should have replaced my entire order, something that I told him would have never happened, of course, with such a large order, Austin himself most definitely initially offered to at least replace every item in the damaged box. And me, being the way I am, I told him that he didn't have to do that because the 6 expensive bags of organic Go Raw pumpkin seeds had been put in plastic bags prior to shipping and had consequently avoided being soaked by the tart cherry juice bottles that had broken during transit, and had even caused all the other boxes in my very large order to arrive stained with cherry juice on the outside of the boxes. Both Austin and I had, apparently falsely, believed that the packer would put those fragile glass bottles wrapped up in only bamboo tissue paper, not bubble wrap, next to one another inside a plastic bag, 3 in each bag, had simply messed up. But when my replacement bottles arrived in virtually the same asinine manner, I learned, and immediately let Austin know, that it is apparently Vitacost policy. Their stupid, fucking, imbecilic, asinine policy. And Kurt backs me up 100% in this. To pack at least some of its glass products in such a ridiculous manner, and then simply hope for the best. Cross its fingers that the boxes do not get handled too roughly during shipment. I use the word some because my expensive glass Bragg olive oil bottles, my organic Bragg olive oil, okay, were very carefully shipped like many wine bottles get shipped, 1 each in its own separate box. That's how my Bragg olive oil arrived, okay? It arrived in its own individual box. It's a box made especially, I guess, for that olive oil. I guess that's what Vitacost does, whereas they treat that tart cherry juice I showed you that is not cheap, right? It's 12 something. I believe it's expensive. It's expensive enough to get better treatment than to be wrapped in tissue paper and bamboo paper, which is not bubble wrap, and put side by side inside of a Ziploc bag. And just put in a box, and then you hope for the best. And the best will happen so long as it's not handled roughly in shipment during transit. But the fact is, no company is guaranteed that boxes will not be handled, you know, roughly in transit and shipment. You know, you're supposed to pack things properly. You're supposed to pack glass properly as a company, like a huge fucking company like Vitacost. All right. This is in parentheses. I use the word some because my expensive glass Bragg olive oil bottles, it was Bragg's organic olive oil, okay, were very, and it's, is it 32 ounce or is it 16 ounce? I don't know. It's a big one. It might be 30. Anyway, we're very carefully shipped, like many wine bottles get shipped, 1 each in its own separate box, like my online friend insists Vitacost should be shipping all its glass products. Yeah. Okay, so the Bragg olive oil is 32 ounces. I have it here. See, I'm very detailed. I'm very thorough in my writing, okay? Yeah. The 16-ounce glass organic tart cherry juice bottles might not be quite as expensive as are the 32-ounce glass Bragg olive oil bottles, but they are pretty damn close. They are pretty damn close in price, and in my unwavering opinion, and that of my online friend with whom I shared the whole ridiculous story, deserve to be packaged, shipped in a much safer manner than is currently being done. This whole ordeal undeniably caused me loads of trouble and aggravation, including voicemails I left for Vitacost in Austin, back and forth emails, phone conversations I had with Austin, and taking pictures of the damaged products to email to Austin, okay? Plus, remember, before I even got to Austin, I left regular voicemails for Vitacost, did I say that? But I also I talked to a couple of reps, okay? Alright. And taking pictures of the damaged products to email to Austin. And in the very end, even my replacement order arrived wrong. Again, Austin offered to send me replacements for my undamaged by the cherry juice 6 bags of expensive Go-Ra pumpkin seeds. And I told him that he didn't have to do that. Okay? Because what was in this box was just the 6 cherry juice bottles. 3 arrived okay, and 3 arrived, I couldn't even tell how many had broken or whatever, okay? And it's because of the ludicrous way Vitacost chooses to ship certain glass products. Austin had offered to me to replace everything in the box. That would have been the 6 cherry juice bottles, the 6 expensive bags of Go-Ra organic pumpkin seeds, and the teas. The 3 teas that were just thrown in there, and they got all wet. The cardboard, they got all wet. So, I had told him he didn't have to do that, okay? He didn't have to replace what wasn't damaged. In the end, I don't know if the packer decided to, maybe just the warehouse manager decided to do it, but they did send me out 6 cherry juice bottles. Again, as I said in the other videos I did, what, a couple months ago now? Time's by so fucking fast. Get on the bed. Packed in virtually the identical manner that could have ultimately led to a second tart cherry juice fiasco. You see, because again, it's just chance. It's apparently chance Vitacost takes. They decide to be environmentally conscious and stop using bubble wrap, but bubble wrap is extremely protective, and it's undeniably way more protective than tissue paper and bamboo paper. I mean, come on. Proof is what happened to me. There's your proof. There's your proof. They want to take that chance, apparently. It's worth it to them because it probably doesn't happen that often. But it did happen, and it could happen again, and this whole thing left such a bad fucking taste in my mouth, right? So, had that not happened, then the only problems with my order, and remember, Vitacost will always replace products up to a certain monetary amount. I can't remember if it's 30 or 50, and they used to have you ship the products back, and now they don't have you do that as their satisfaction guarantee if you simply don't like a product, or if your order arrives damaged. So in this instance, the only other things that were damaged were 2 boxes of teas that came in one of the other 4 boxes. Remember, this is a huge order. Alright? It was a huge order. I do huge Vitacost orders, and then the stuff lasts me forever. Okay? And I had a, 20% off. So it was a really good deal for me to do this huge order. It's one of those special 20% offs if I, trying to lure me back, because I hadn't ordered from them in quite some time, many, many months. And then, alright, so in another box, 2 boxes of tea. Remember, I got a ton of tea. I have enough tea to last me forever. I gotta stop drinking the tea. I had a cup earlier, and I always use 2 tea bags, so if I start being more consistent with it, I'll go through the tea. Tea doesn't expire for a long time. In the boxes, individually sealed and whatnot. And the teas that got all covered with cherry juice, I found out, which I didn't know, they're actually, each little package of tea inside was sealed, so I could still use them, but that's not the point. The point is, stuff arrives damaged, you get a replacement of it. It doesn't matter if you can actually use it, right? The boxes were covered, soaked, the cardboard tea boxes. It turned out the tea inside was safe. I didn't know that until after the fact. It doesn't matter. But in another box, two teas arrived really mangled. It's okay if they're a little bit, they were mangled. And I know they were put in that way because it did not happen in shipment. Otherwise, all kinds of other teas would arrive mangled. No, you just know the packer's trying to slip things in there, they're not paying attention or whatnot. I've already complained about that in the past, okay? And then my henna conditioner arrived with a pump bottle, and the pump bottle just fell apart. And it was so annoying. And Austin even was telling me, yeah, I hate pump bottles. They are annoying. They're a crapshoot. And it turns out they still sell the stuff without the pump bottle. So I had two conditioners, and I wanted one replaced, and they actually replaced both of them with ones that didn't have the pump bottle, okay? But still, $5 for the conditioner, and then the extra 3 cherry juice bottles would have still been part of that original thing where Austin offered to replace the whole entire damaged box. If shit like this ever happens again with any company, I'm not going to be so nice. I will say, yeah, replace the entire box. But me being me, it's like, well, if stuff wasn't damaged, why should I have you replace it? No. That's just how I am. And it doesn't matter if you don't believe me, because Austin knows that that's what I said to him, and he could have insisted, no, it's okay, we'll do it, but he didn't insist. And I just should be thinking, this is a $1 billion company. I should just have him replace the entire box. It doesn't matter if certain products were not damaged. It's the whole principle of the thing. And then I hear Kurt thinking my whole entire order should be replaced, and that was way too expensive. So, you know, that's me. It's me, okay? That's just how I am. It's even when these guys are offering, can I send you, if I send you shoes, can I send you shoes? Will you model them for me? And then someone said I should set up a Amazon wish list, but I never knew anything about that, right? I never did it, but I don't know. I just don't want to. I'm just not like that. I don't want to feel like, I don't know, like I'm taking advantage, or I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The fact is, it's how I am, and Austin should have said, no, it's okay, it's our policy. If the box, it doesn't matter if every product inside is not damaged. The whole point that it was all covered with cherry juice, and you shouldn't have to sift through it, and, you know, that's what he should have put his foot. I mean, he should have insisted, and then I said, okay, I really appreciate that, thank you, but he didn't. And in the end, he had to replace the 3 teas that were all soaked and replace 3 cherry juice bottles, but he had offered to replace the whole box, which would have included the 6 expensive Go Raw pumpkin seeds, okay? Which are way more expensive than 2 boxes of tea. And in my replacement order, the woman, the packer, because she's human, she accidentally sent me 4 of the 2 teas that were from the other box that had just gotten crushed, or just were put in there crushed, because it didn't happen in transit. There's no way that everything else in there is fine, and 2 boxes, no. I've already told them, don't try to pull it over. Well, they're trained to not put damaged products in your box. I don't care. It's probably some secret thing where they figure they can get away with it here and there, not with me. I will always say they're damaged, send me replacements, you know what I mean? It's not that I can't use the damaged things, it's I'm trying to teach them not to do it to me. You know, they shouldn't do it, period. When I go in the store, I don't pick out damaged products. I make sure that my cans aren't dented, that my Pacific bone broths are not all, you know, etc. It was just 2 boxes of tea. I got 4 boxes of tea, but 2 of them were wrong. And all you have to do is look at my replacement order, and you'll see that you sent me out 4 chamomile and lavenders, but the original damaged box had a ginger and a ginger tulsi, okay? Alright, so here we go. Alright. So, and take a bit, okay, and even my replacement order arrived wrong. Again, Austin offered to send me replacements for my undamaged by the cherry juice 6 bags of expensive grower pumpkin seeds, and I told them they didn't have to do that. So why in God's name would he have not made sure you sent me out the 2 correct teas after I had told him what had happened? It was bad enough that after Austin had falsely promised me my replacement tart cherry juice bottles would not be shipped in the same stupid manner as they had been shipped first time around and broken during transit, they had arrived packaged in virtually the same way. Still put side by side in a plastic bag, 2 bottles per bag rather than 3, still shipped in a ludicrous manner where they could have easily again broken during transit, or could easily again break during transit in the future if I ever again dared order them from you. I do not know if Austin got it wrong or if the packer did, but my replacement order did not include 2 of the teas that had gotten wet in the original damaged box. The packer accidentally sent me 4 chamomile teas and 1 ginger tea when I was supposed to receive 2 replacement chamomile teas that arrived mangled in a non-damaged box, and 2 teas that had gotten soaked with cherry juice in the damaged box. Okay? So the replacement thing was supposed to have the 3 teas that had gotten wet, soaked, cardboard tea boxes, soaked in the original, covered with cherry juice in the original box, plus 2 chamomile teas that were damaged in 1 other box. Okay? For such a huge order, there weren't many problems if the cherry juice fiasco hadn't happened. All that would have happened was 2 mangled chamomile lavender teas in 1 out of the 4 boxes, and then the stupid thing where the pump bottle with the conditioner drove me crazy and I couldn't get it to work and it broke on me and pissed me off. Okay? So the replacement had 5 teas, but it didn't have, it had 2 wrong teas. It had 4 of identicals of the 2 from the other box. So instead of having chamomile lavender, and then the 3 teas that got soaked, it had 4 chamomile lavenders and then only 1 of the teas that got soaked. Okay? Remember, alright, so the packer accidentally sent me 4 chamomile teas and 1 ginger tea when I was supposed to receive 2 replacement chamomile teas that had arrived mangled in a non-damaged box, and 2 teas that had gotten soaked with cherry juice in the damaged box. Remember that Austin had offered to replace my entire damaged box, and I had honestly told them they didn't have to replace the 6 bags of pumpkin seeds or the 3 non-broken cherry juice bottles. I appreciated being sent 3 extra cherry juice bottles, but my friend firmly believed that, under the circumstances, your company should have done much more for me to make up for all the bullshit I had gone through. And all I wanted from you was to receive my correct teas that never arrived, thus causing me to 100% believe that Austin was mad at me for getting upset with him in the new email I sent out to him and for talking about all this crap online. But that's just tough luck on him and on you, since nowadays, in one way or another, everybody and everything gets talked about online, and I had every right in the universe to share my true Vitacost related story with the world. Sincerely, me, a long-time and very good Vitacost customer who deserved to receive those 2 boxes of tea I told Austin I had not received. So just letting you know, to this day, months later, I never received the teas, despite taking the time, finally, to write this long letter. But originally, I immediately contacted Austin because I was in shock. Utter shock that after the long conversations we'd had and him agreeing with me that, yeah, the packer shouldn't have done that, whatever, it turns out it's Vitacost policy, and the damn cherry juice still arrived wrapped in tissue paper and bamboo paper and placed side by side in a plastic bag, 2 instead of 3 in the bag. That's the only difference. What's the deal? What difference does that make, Kurt, if you're watching this? What really difference does it make if 2 are in the friggin' bag side by side rather than 3? Right? It's just chance. Vitacost ships glass, apparently it's their policy, in the most ludicrous manner imaginable. And even when I emailed Austin, he was surprised at that. But I told him about the teas And the only thing I could think of is if he got pissed that I got angry with him, or that I'm talking about it online or whatnot. I don't know, but he never sent out the teas. And I emailed him twice. I waited patiently a couple weeks to get the teas. I emailed him again, never got the teas. And there you have it. For all you know, he doesn't even work for Vitacost anyway. That shit can happen too. I've had that happen in supermarkets, where a manager, you don't need a rain check, just tell them so-and-so said that we had the wrong sign, we didn't have a sign up, and you would have got more of something had you known, and then once you were in the line, you didn't want to do it anymore, you didn't want to wait in line again, and say whatever, and just tell them I said it, and then I find out, because I didn't need it at the time now, that I didn't get it, it's my organic frozen blueberries, and then I talked to someone later, does he even work there anymore? He's like, no, he's gone, see? Who knows? The fact is, these people could have done a little bit of investigating on their own and sent me out the teas without having to get, what kind of more information than this whole long thing did they need from me? They didn't send me the teas and they emailed me. What did they want from me? Or what did they want to say to me? Or some bullshit that would just piss me off to no end. Make me never want to order from them again. I didn't bother to find out. But I'm damn straight gonna endlessly tell my story out here. It doesn't have to be age restricted. I'm sure it'll still be not suitable for most advertisers, but it doesn't have to be age restricted because no reason. I never fight that, you know. I never put my video, because I'm not doing this for monetary reasons. I don't do this for monetary reasons, you know. I don't make many money off of this, and that's why I laugh at people who are like, nobody cares about you rambling. No one cares. They just want to see your feet. They just want to go, fuck you. Fuck you. And no one's asking you to watch my videos. Okay? I don't make any money doing this. I had somebody nice, but then I get so many comments that it's pages and pages, I can never find it. I had somebody telling me how I could make money just with my feet. I can't remember what he said. I mean, I don't mean in person or whatever, doing, you know, one-on-one shows. I'm talking about, I forget what he said. He said something maybe about Instagram or taking, he said some way that's made to make money. I don't know. Again, I don't have the comment anymore, or I have it, but I can't find it, which is the same thing as not having it, because it would take too long to try to find it. Anyway, I've been wanting to, and this, I also did another one, but I don't know if I saved that one or not. You'd think I would have, because I save everything, but I probably didn't. I at least found this one. It was called, oh, I read this to you guys before, but I just want you to know, for the most part, I've been with Vitacost for many years now. I first discovered Vitacost via Joe in 2013, so it's good 4 or 5 years. 5 years. Oh, yeah, it's been 5 years. Periodically, I'm a good Vitacost customer, which means I deserve to have these people. If I say please don't message me, talk to your manager, I don't want to deal with this anymore, I just want you to send me the teas, and they still messaged me. So, and they didn't send me the teas, so fuck them. Fuck them. Seriously, fuck them. Oh, I discovered on Netflix, I actually had seen it advertised in one of those rag mag things, but the Star magazine has in the end they talk about new movies and new shows, which is kind of cool. They also have a feature where they have hot products or hot whatever, and I've seen some interesting things in that before. But this cartoon show about puberty on Netflix called Big Mouth. It's very it's cool. It's realistic, you know, about puberty and raging hormones and all that entails. I won't get explicit here. I want my video to be not age restricted, but anyway. Although, unless you get really explicit, you don't have to age restrict a video just because you talk about stuff. As long as you don't get super explicit, you know. But this was something I read to you guys a while back. But in general, I haven't had any problems with Vitacost. In general, I think they're a good company. I like them. I've not had problems. But this tart cherry juice thing is not something I'm ever going to get over. I would have gotten over it if I had been sent those 2 teas that I immediately told the manager in email and sent him new pictures. And then I never looked to see if he emailed me back. But it didn't matter because they can easily find out, they can research, and it wouldn't take any effort on their part, really, to get to the bottom of this without bothering me more. And in the end, the top thing said, please don't message me, and what do you think they did? They messaged me, so I am enraged all over again. And because I'm poor, and again, this last orders that I did were not, like 90% for my mom, to get her mega food vitamins super dirt cheap, because 20%, they're already cheaper on Vitacost, not on sale. They had a 20% off of all mega food vitamins, and then they had 20% off of all stuff. I got 40% off of already discounted on Vitacost mega food vitamins. They were from my mom. You can like get hers in 1 month at a time, 55 and older. Mine are 40 plus or something or other, and they're more expensive, but they last 1 tablet a day and they're 90. I get 90 tablets. That lasts 3 months at a time. But hers, I got 4 months worth, because we don't like to run out of them anyway. You know, you keep them in a cool, dry place; they're not going to expire. This is the other problem that I had. Might as well read this one too. This was several months ago, and I told you guys this already. Because I was enraged about this, but not even remotely how enraged I am now. I'm just disgusted now. Disgusted with Vitacost. But because I'm poor, I have to, you know, swallow my pride and order them from time to time when they're the cheapest. But I'm disgusted. In my most recent Vitacost order, both my tubes of Tom's of Maine toothpaste arrived damaged. One package actually arrived wide open at the top. And remember what I said. They were put in the box that way. It didn't happen in transit. It's impossible. Alright? Trust me on this. If nothing else is damaged inside of a tube of toothpaste or a thing of tea or whatever didn't get mangled on its own. Okay? By being jostled around a wet. No, that's bullshit. They were put in there that way, despite me numerous times being told by Vitacost reps that you call on the phone, our packers are trained to not do that. I don't care. Trained or not, perhaps your warehouse manager, perhaps these companies are sending you their damaged products, and it's a unsecret thing that you here and there slip them into unsuspecting customers' boxes because most people won't complain. Oh, I don't know. I know it happens, though, and it doesn't happen in transit. Anyway, in my most recent Vitacost order, both my tubes of Tom's of Maine toothpaste arrived damaged. One package actually arrived wide open at the top. Also, both my cardboard cartons of Nature's Path oatmeal arrived with damaged outside packaging. I requested a refund on the toothpaste and a replacement of the oatmeal. In comparison, the Simple Truth boxes of oatmeal that I'm trying for the first time arrived with perfect packaging. I didn't request a refund or replacement on the Garden of Eden taco kit, but that product also had slight damage to the cardboard container. None of these products were damaged in transit. That I know for sure. Even when a food item I order from you is fine on the inside, I get upset when the outside packaging of any of these food items is damaged. I know for sure that my 2 boxes of Nature's Path oatmeal, 2 tubes of Tom's of Maine toothpaste, and 1 Garden of Eden taco kit were not damaged in transit any more than my Pacific bone broth or Pacific almond milk were damaged in transit on previous orders. and I put some of this stuff in capitalized. Your packers put these damaged items into my orders, and I truly believe that if I look the other way and don't complain about something like this taking place, the situation might gradually become much worse, where most of the products I order from Vitacost will start arriving with damaged outside packaging rather than just a few items here or there, like it's definitely been the case throughout the years. This is just a general, I want to give a general complaint or whatnot. You can give general complaint or, you know, input or complain or whatever, okay? I am not trying to be petty, but if you send me food items with damaged outside packaging, then I'm going to ask for a refund or replacement. Number one, I expect all products I order from your company to be in the same condition as if I purchased said products in a store. Number two, if Vitacost customers don't bother to complain about this type of packer carelessness situation, then the product manufacturers, for example Nature's Past, themselves might start thinking they can get away with sending their slightly damaged products to Vitacost, who will then pass those slightly damaged products off to their unsuspecting customers. I put slightly damaged in quotes. I am still livid that your packer put not just one, but 2 damaged packages of Tom's of Maine toothpaste into my order. I will never order the toothpaste from them again. Alright? The toothpaste can be tampered with. It doesn't have an inner seal on the little cap, as I found out when I went to the Tom's of Maine site. Okay? I threw those toothpaste away. I mean, there's only a 0.000 and a zillion chance that it doesn't matter. The fact is, they arrived opened. Your packer put them in like that. It's packer carelessness or intentional. We'll never know the truth, okay? Just like I'll probably never know the truth. But I could have, I mean, maybe years from now, a year from now or something, I'll read, see if Austin wrote me back and whatnot. The fact is, he might have just forgotten to do it, or he might not even work there anymore. I doubt that. But they had a chance to make this right, and instead, they messaged me when I put in the first line, please don't message me, see? And it doesn't matter to me if the message might have said, well, just send us the order number and we'll gladly send you the teas or whatever. I don't even know where it is. You should be able to research it and not cause me any more fucking aggravation and time and trouble, okay? My time's worth something. Don't tell me they couldn't look this up on my account or whatever. They could. That's what makes me be suspicious, that they might have sent me bullshit. That's going to piss me off to no end and make me want to never order from them again. So, okay. I am still livid that your packer put not just one, but 2 damaged packages of Tom's of Maine toothpaste into my order. I can't believe that one of the packages was actually wide open at the top, and that any psycho so inclined could have easily opened up my toothpaste cap and easily tampered with or even poisoned that tube of toothpaste. In this day and age, you unfortunately cannot trust anything. So even though one of the cardboard toothpaste containers arrived wide open at the top, and one was merely somewhat crushed, I asked for a refund on both tubes of toothpaste that I intend to toss in the trash after I take pictures of them. I won't ever order my toothpaste from your company again, and the Vitacost employee who packed my order needs to know to not put damaged products into people's orders, period, but to especially pay close attention and take care to never, ever again put opened products into any customer's order. The end. It's bad enough if they're a little damaged. This fucking toothpaste thing was wide open, alright? And it didn't happen in transit. It's impossible. It was mangled. It was put in there. Packer carelessness or intentional. Again, it could be a behind the scenes thing that Vitacost does, and they're not going to ever admit it, of course. Companies do all kinds of shady shit they don't admit, you know? We all know that shit. Anyway. Don't know if... I don't know if I probably saved the smaller one, but finding it, I don't know. I save all the mean comments or whatnot from my enemies, and I have like, and I put them out here under asshole or something. I don't read them either, but I save them, and then I don't approve them. I delete them without even reading them. One of the things here is Butthead Stony. That's why I started putting out here, because it's word pattern. It's easier than going on my Hotmail and trying to save them out there if I don't have Hotmail open, you know. That one that I read to you first about the cherry juice thing, and you know, it was titled Vite Letter Finally. That one I just read to you was Vitacost Letter. I don't think I did the small one. The small one is what I just originally sent before I took the time to write the big one, and the small one was just real small and just like, you know, it's beyond me why you'd want to alienate me over 2 boxes of tea. Talk to your manager and you'll know what's going on. I have unopened messages in my email from them. I'm done, you know. It took a long time for me to write that letter I just read to you. Not that one. That was, I'm talking about the one about the cherry juice thing. And I still didn't get the teas in the end. And now it's been months. So, fuck them. I vowed to never ever place any type of large order with them again. So they didn't lose a customer per se. They lost somebody who really loved ordering from them from time to time. They lost that because they couldn't do a little research on their own when I gave them such a detailed letter, and they did exactly what I said don't do. Please don't message me. The only reason they would have had to message me is they didn't read my letter, they didn't understand it, they wanted me to give them order numbers, all the stuff they could find out on their own if they just took the time to do it. Or they were going to give me some bullshit excuse. Whatever it was, doesn't matter. I don't want to hear it. The end, not worth it. And I will never place a really large order with them again, so fuck them.